You can't see it. You can't see it, but right here is my 20-pound kitten, Riley. So if you see something black or white moving around, let me see. I can do this on Instagram. There's my Riley face on Instagram. Come here, you. Hello, you. Your beautiful face. My messy disc. And then my bow. You guys have met my bow before. You all have met my bow before. Let me see if I can do something. There's Bo. There's Riley. There's Riley. There's Riley. Okay, so just a little tour of the kittens today. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so today is going to be short. And we have a couple reasons. One is I just got back in town late last night, and Mama is tired. So you know me, I never like to do card readings for individuals when I am not channeling my best. So, but this being our last Monday for the 2024 year, I couldn't skip. Of course, we had to skip. I mean, we had to be here. We have to be here. So, because there is a lot. A lot that's going on. So first of all, we're going to start with the obvious and the most gratitude filled. Thank all the spirit, energy, Lord, God, Queen, whoever, that Mercury Retrograde is over. So it ended yesterday. We are still in the post window, so for the next 10 to 14 days you're going to feel this energy start to decline. Okay, so the major, because I know about y'all, but this was a Lulu of a Mercury retrograde, and usually I work super hard to make sure that I don't get caught up in all that, but wow, this was a bad one. So, and I know I heard from so many of you that were really struggling with this one, and so Hazar, we made it through. We have got through, and it's going to be better going forward. This was so amplified by the full moon energy. So we had the full moon yesterday, and we had Mercury retrograde completing. We are also leading up to the solstice in another week. We have the solstice on the 21st. It's going to be the longest night. And so just 5 more days for that, and then we're going to start to see the light coming back. Okay, so we have the longest night, and we're going to start to see the days getting longer as the nights get shorter, and we're going to be welcome back the light on the solstice, and we might do something for that. So there is a lot that is going on. So this is our last Monday for the year. I may pop on. I usually take off those last 2 weeks of December. I may pop on for a little bit. But I want you to understand that there's so much that's going on cosmically right now, but that we are not powerless. We're not. And one of the things that happens when we lean into cards or astrology or, whatever it is, we get this idea that that's it, it's set in stone, Mercury retrograde's coming, it's going to suck, just gird your loins, hang in there, because it's just going to suck. And that's not really the truth, okay? And so it's really important for us to remember that we have so much more power and so much more influence than we think that we do. And that is really important, okay? So if you've hung out with me for any kind of time, you've probably heard me talking about unspooling your DNA. And my slinky's in my reading room, but here's the thing. When we stay in a place of love and gratitude, we literally are unspooling the spiral of our DNA. Okay, our DNA, we know it's the double helix, right? The ladder that looks like it's twisted. So when we get stressed out, we literally are smushing up that spiral, think like a slinky, right? And so when we are upset and we are blocking the flow of energy, and you can say hello, you can say hello, you can say hello. There's my Riley. He's a sweetie boy. He's a giant cat. And my bow. You guys have seen my bow. There's my bow. So when we are keeping our DNA, when we are having this place where we are in fear and lack and want or jealousy or anger, resentment, any of those things, our DNA goes zoop, okay? But when we are in a place of love and gratitude, and some days, I mean, look, I get it. Some days the best we can be grateful for is I woke up this morning. I'm grateful right now there's a beautiful sweet kitten on my desk. I love him. He's such a shy one. So when he comes up here, it's such a gift. But he's been hanging out because I was away. And so it is some days where we can just be grateful for, like, today I'm grateful for the rain. We had a beautiful rainstorm that came through. That's why if you like look up in the window above my office, you can see it's very gloomy. It's very still windy. It's still kind of rainy. But you know, we don't get a lot of rain in Florida in the wintertime, and we really needed the rain. So I'm grateful for the rain. I'm grateful that my husband, who was supposed to go back to Palm Beach yesterday, was able to go back today, and so we got to spend a little time together, and so he's gonna go back after we're finished here. So there's always something that we can be grateful for, and sometimes it's just as simple as the rain. So try as we move into yes, Kitty on the keyboard happens more often with Susie, but because she'll come and she'll lay on my arm. This is my other cat. And she will lay right on the keyboards, and God help me if I'm rustling papers when I sit on the couch and I'm reading anything, because she's like, oh, rustling papers, that's where I sit, right? So, and I'm grateful for that, because I know like that she chooses me, and that's wonderful. So there are things, and it is so important as we come into the new year, because I know, especially in this country and really in other countries, we have so much concern and fear and trepidation about what is coming in this country and what might be happening in, you know, with the election, and what's going to happen with the new administration in this country for a lot of people. And so it's really important that we are that we're standing where we feel like it's most important for us to stand, and that we're doing that with pride. So here I am today. I got my ally shirt on. So somebody had said to me, oh, Ally. I'm like, not Ally, ally. So it's really important that we are standing where we choose to stand, but we're standing on 2 feet. We're standing firm in our conviction. We're standing with our backs straight, and we are standing in a place of gratitude. Okay, it's really important. So find those things. So this is my challenge for you as we come into the end of the year. Okay, find those things, and I would love it if you put them in the comments. Okay, I'll make a post, and then you all can comment. I see nobody commented on the question about what you would do with $1 million. I thought that was such a fun thing that came from Liz Dawn, the amazing Liz Dawn from Celebrate Your Life. So what are the things that you can be grateful for, even if it's just the rain or the snuggles of a cat? Like, what is some things that you can be grateful for as you finish the year? So let me make this so I don't forget to post it. And remember, if you're a follower, like you are following the page, you'll be able to make the comments, okay? So this protects us from the spammers. But what are those things that you are grateful for? Like right now, what are you grateful for from this past 2024 year? Because I know it's been kind of a lulu. And then what are you looking forward to in the new year? Okay, look, I know it would be super easy for all of us if I said, what's stressing you out? We'd be like, okay, and what's worrying you about the new year? Right? We can all write that, okay? So it takes more energy, it takes more effort, it takes conscious thought to find those things that we're grateful for. Sharon says she's grateful for continued decent health, and that's awesome. When I was struggling with my health, as I know so many of you do, a good day was like, you know, it was not the good day when we were 20, but a good day, or a day that seemed, can I help you please, sir? Hi, Riley, can you sit down? Okay. I think he's had enough. He's going to sit over there. So a good day, like I was so grateful if I could get up and operate without pain. That was a great day because I didn't feel like I was overwhelmed with body pain. Sorry, excuse me. I am so dehydrated from this trip. Nicole says she's looking forward to growing her business. That is so awesome. Okay, so what is it that you're grateful for? And remember, the more that you can put, the more you are unspooling your DNA, okay? And the more you can put the things you're grateful for. Because here's the other thing, okay? So we have this, I wish I grabbed my slinky. Okay, so when we have our slinky squished up, okay, we have less surface area. When we have our slinky expanded, right? Okay, so this is, I'm just going to use this piece of paper. So let's imagine that this is, it's not really going to work, but this is, okay. So this is our slinky, this is our DNA, and it has spooled up because, and this is not the way it would spool, obviously, but it is spooled up. There's less surface area. If I unspool it, there is more surface area, okay? And so this is really, really important also, because when we have more surface area, we are sending our love and gratitude out to the universe, okay? And we are the radio signal. When we have more surface area, we're sending out a much stronger signal to the universe, okay? When we are tight and closed up, we have a much smaller surface area. So our signal is like beep, 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 okay? This is why if you're a kid and you, like if you're anywhere near my age, and I'm about to be 55, if you're anywhere near my age, you might remember those rabbit ears on television sets when we were growing up, and how people would put tinfoil on the rabbit ears, right? Because they were trying to increase the signal, increase the surface area, instead of just those two little poke things. They were trying to increase the surface area, okay? The same thing with satellite dishes. On our homes, if you have a satellite dish, you probably have a satellite dish, right? And it could, you know, they're not small, but if you are looking at like the television channel down the street, their satellite dishes are massive because they are looking to send and receive a bigger signal, okay? So in this case, size matters, right? Malik says, grateful for health, family, friends, home, and income. I love that, love that, love that. There are so many things, and I'll make a post aside from the video so we can cheer each other on, okay? Because it's not going to be an easy 2025, okay? Hopefully it's going to be better than 2024 in some ways, but we know that 2025 is going to be a transitional year, right? So we have 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 2 is 4, plus 5 is 9, right? 2, 0, 2, 5 is 9. So we know that 2025 is a culmination year. And it is, yes, last night was the full moon, right? So, and also the end of Mercury Retrograde was Friday. And so we have seen this energy go up and up and up, and it's been making a lot of us like, right? So we're starting to see the transition, right? The full moon, we're going to come down from that energy starting tomorrow. And then we're going to have the post-Mercury retrograde window, as you'll see the Mercury retrograde energy start to wane. And then also we have, we're going to have the solstice. So in the winter solstice, we're going to have the longest night. And then we're going to have the longest night, and then we're going to see, which means the shortest day, and then we're going to see the days get longer. So when we have solstice, we are actually celebrating the return of the light. When we have solstice, we thank the darkness because we need the darkness. We need the darkness to rest and to regenerate and to hibernate and sleep. And we need the darkness so that we can process. Okay, we need the darkness so we can process, right? Sometimes we can grief defer and grief delay, and we don't want to deal with things, so we push it until we get into this place, a very dark place, and we're like, and it all comes out, and we have to deal with it all. Okay, it's very common. Okay, so the darkness gives us the time to process. I will tell you, I had an amazing weekend. That's only true for the Northern Hemisphere. Well, that is where we are. So most of us, that is where we have to operate. So I will tell you, I had an amazing weekend in Atlanta with, he's like a 20-pounder. He's just a giant cat. And he was like this big when we rescued him. They found him under a dumpster in a parking lot of a 7-Eleven. And he was like, I'm telling you, like he was like the size of this cup. I mean, he was like a nothing. He was so tiny. He wasn't even 2 pounds. And he has just like, like Clifford the dog. He is my Riley the cat. He has just exploded in growth because he's a happy boy. So, we went to this girls' weekend to celebrate. A bunch of us are turning 55, so we had this girls' weekend. And my girlfriend, who coordinated all of this for her birthday, it was her weekend, coordinated foot massages for us. Now, on Friday was the 5th anniversary of the passing of my twin flame, and it is a day that generally, like, I try to just keep going. I try to keep busy. So I was really grateful for my girlfriend to have all of my lifelong girlfriends. These are people I've known since I'm 12 and 13 years old, to be together, and we just had the most wonderful weekend until we got to the part about foot massages, which I thought, like, you go for a pedicure, you get a foot massage. No, this was like, they rubbed your head and they rubbed your neck and your shoulders, and it was very quiet, and it was warm, and it was very, like, you laid in the big reclining chair thing, and they put a big fluffy blanket on you, and then they put a thing over your eyes, and it is an hour and a half of being alone with your thoughts. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to die, because, like, this was like the worst moment for me to have forced going in to be alone with my thoughts on the anniversary, the 5th anniversary of this passing. And so it was very difficult, very challenging for me. And so we tend to, like, my whole plan was to just stay busy all weekend and to just, spiritually bypass and be like, okay, then we've got retrograde, full moon, and this anniversary, and we're just going to move along and go past. And we do that, right? We do that because the darkness forces us to deal with these things, right? The darkness forces us to deal with these things. And one of my girlfriends, because this is my tribe, right? And one of my girlfriends, came right, when I walked out, she came up to me, she like, do you need a hug? And just a big hug, and we went for a walk, and and we get better. So, and I'm so grateful for his presence in my life, even though, and I'm very grateful for his presence in my life now, even still, because he's around a lot, and I'm grateful. So, yep, had to get up and change the channel. I couldn't. My feet were stuck in the water. But boy, if I could have. So the dark serves its purpose, right? Because to be fair, I haven't really cried. I haven't given myself the opportunity to cry for him since the first year, maybe since when it happened and the first year. And so, did I enjoy it? Nope. The foot massage thing, yes, of course. But that process, nope. But do I believe it was healing for me? Do I believe it was important? And sometimes we're forced into it. And you've heard me say a billion times about Mercury Retrograde brings up stuff that we have to deal with, that we have not been doing to deal with. We've not been following. We've not been, retrograde, redo, retro to go back, right? Retro. And so we, here's a redo. Like, you have not been doing this properly. Foof, you're going to do it now. Okay. And so, is it hard? Yes. Does it suck? Yes. Do we get through it? Mostly, hopefully, yes, we do. Hopefully we have good people around us. So Belinda says she's grateful for the kind people in her life. So it's really important that we stay in a place of love and gratitude. And it's hard to be grateful for things that are hard. Am I grateful he died? No. Do I have a better relationship with him now that he's in spirit? Yes. Do we have a better communication, although it's different? Yes. Is it something that still tears at my heart? Yes. Okay. So there are ways for us to be grateful for the things that are hard, but it takes time for us to be able to see it that way. And so here is your challenge as you go to the end of the year, that to write, and I'm going to make a separate post, so you can put it here, but you can put it there too, so that we can support each other as we come to this close of the year. What are the things that you have been grateful for in 2024? Even the things that were hard, okay? What are the things you've been grateful for? And what are you looking forward to for 2025? Because we know that 2025 is going to be a major transitional year. It's going to be a real culmination, end of a chapter, start of a new chapter year, and start of a new era, really. And we also know that we can be grateful for those challenges, right? And so the things that we're looking forward to, if you remember a few weeks ago, we talked about the hope of being hopeful, right? And being grateful for the opportunity of gratitude. Okay, so maybe you're feeling like everything sucks. I don't have anything to be hopeful for right now. And I know that can be possible. I do. I know it. So we want to find the little things that we can be grateful for, even if it's like, I saw a butterfly, I made the traffic light, I got to work on time. I mean, sometimes we got to really look at the littlest things in order to be able to, like, open our eyes to be able to see the bigger things, okay? But as we look forward with hope, what are we looking forward to? What are we hopeful for in the coming year? that can be a little harder, right? Because it's the unknown. And we know there's going to be major shifts. There's so many major shifts going on in the geopolitical planet and climate and all kinds of things that we want to be hopeful. We want to hold on to the hope of hope. Being hopeful for the opportunity to hope. Being hopeful for the hope that things will turn out. Being grateful for the ability to have hope and the ability to have gratitude. These are the energies when we are not sure what we're holding on to. These are the things that will help us to unspool the DNA, okay? Unspool the DNA. And as we go forward, the more we can stay in that unspooled DNA, the more we can stay in that hopeful place, in that gratitudinal place. Yes, my word. The more, maybe it's a word. The more we are putting the universe, we are creating this bubble of love and gratitude and hope around us because we're sending that out to the universe. And the universe says, oh, I see you. I see the things that you're trying to do. I'm getting your message because your surface area is bigger, your DNA is unspooled. So I see what you're trying to do. And we're going to move the cogs of the universe to come to you regardless of what might be going on around someone else. Okay? We stay in our lane. We don't have blinders on, but we stay in our lane. Lynette says, I missed 2 weeks from your lives. Well, if you missed in the past, it's on YouTube, I promise. So you don't have to scroll back here. You can just go to my YouTube channel. If you put my name in YouTube, it'll come right up. And then we will have 2 weeks, yeah, because I usually take the last 2 weeks of December off. So the reason there is we have Hanukkah, we have Christmas, we have my husband's birthday, we have my birthday, we have New Year's Eve, we have my one son's birthday, my other son's birthday. So in the last second half of December, first half of January, it's like blah 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 blah, you know. So it's like there's so much. So, but I also use this time to rest and regroup for me, and also to finish up some content creation so that when we come to January, I have new things to share with you. So that's important too. So Chris says, I saw the butterfly. I saw it just the other day, and you sent me its pictures. It's true. I mean, you ought to actually, Chris, you ought to post it because I know you're an admin here. You ought to post it because Chris saw the most amazing butterfly and sent me pictures, and it totally gave me a laugh because she sent it right when I needed it most. And you absolutely should post it because if you really want to laugh, it was a beautiful, it was fabulous. So thank you for the wisdom. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of our community. All right, so let's do a little bit because I really want to make sure that I'm leaving you with a card reading for the culmination of the year. So this is not necessarily for the week, but this is for the culmination of the year, okay? All right, so we do want to do some cards, but I really want you to hold on to the things that we talked about today because there is a lot that's going, and if you can find your way to gratitude, you can find your way to what you're looking forward to, gratitude and hope, love, gratitude and hope, right? And hope is a choice, okay? Because one of the things that, like, people in POW camps will tell you that one of the most powerful things that gets them through is hope, right? And one of the things that people who are holding prisoners are trying to dash and end is hope, because then you have owned someone else's mind, okay? And so when we can hold on to hope and we can say, no, I know what's going on in the world, I don't know what's going on in the world, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to hold on to hope, or at the very least, I'm going to hold on to the hope of hope. You are controlling of your mind, okay? And so that is so important that you are holding on to that and being in control of your emotions and of your mind, okay? So Lynette, we're not going to do individual cards today, but we are going to just do a collective card reading. So we'll always add a few more onto that for sure. So what is the thing that we really need to know about, like, this ending of the year? And so here we are, is All That Glitters. And All That Glitters is card 16. So 1 and 6 is 7. And All That Glitters reminds us to be grateful for the things that are, shiny and wonderful, and that are the bounty that comes into our life. But All That Glitters reminds us to take a closer look. It reminds us not to be blinded by the glitter, not to be blinded by flashy words, all flash, no substance. So glitter, all that glitters reminds us to take a closer look. And if something seems too good to be true, it might be. So it's important that you are using discernment. Now, here's one more thing, because if you see in the All That Glitters card, you can also see the face right here. Oops, there's the face. And so the face is wisdom. Okay, so the face is wisdom, and this is our place where we are reminded that we have discernment, we have intuition, we have our discretion, we have the ability to do and to perceive so much more than we often give ourselves credit for. Okay, and so it's really important that as we go forward, there are things that are going to be beautiful, and we say, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful, thank you so much. But we want to be very careful in making decisions. We want to be very careful and feel, how does something sit right with you? Okay, but we also want to make sure that we're not making snap judgments. Okay, so we're taking a breath, we're seeing how something fits with us and how it sits with us, and then we're being able to look inside. When we look a little deeper, we're looking at whatever's going on, but we're also looking in, right? We're looking in and we're trusting ourselves. That's one of the biggest things too, I feel like, is to trust yourself, to trust your intuition, to trust your own path, trust those niggles that you're getting, okay? And so what else do we need to know about moving forward in these last 2 weeks of the year is the mending card. And so this is really interesting, because this is card 52, and 5 and 2 is also 7. So we have now 7 and 7, okay? So the mending card, now we've had communications issues coming through with Mercury Retrograde, and mending talks to us about forgiveness. It talks to us about rebuilding bridges and letting go of things that are not, like, that we don't need to hold on to anymore. Mending also reminds us that we're not alone, okay? And so we have these fairies, they are together, they're making the, flower chain or flag, and the beautiful sunset is going, and that we just don't have to hold on to the trauma, the things that we are like, we don't have to be like we can literally just relax our, that we can relax our, if there is a thing, this is the card for it. Okay, so that we can relax our shoulders and we can relax ourselves and we can let healing come in. So this is also really, really important. Okay, my husband just wants to go pick up the dinner, so if we can do individual cards while he's out, I will, because I told him I'd have dinner as soon as he got back. Okay, so mending is also about letting in the healing, okay? Letting the healing come in, okay? So this is really important for us, that we're just letting go of things. We're having forgiveness. We're having that love and gratitude, right? The hope and the things we're looking forward to. And if opportunities for healing are coming, that we are letting that come in. And again, being reminded with the mending card that we are not alone. We're not on this path alone. We're not even on this planet alone. Our soul is here. We have so much that is together with us. Okay, and so the last card for, just for this part of it, so I'll just do 3 cards here if we're going to do individual cards, is the poised card. And the poised card is 48, but it did come in upside down. Okay, so 48 is 8 and 12. Okay, so 12, and then 2 and 1 is 3. So we have 3, which reminds us, you've heard me talk about 3, the number 3, that for me it's like angel wings, right? 3 is a reminder that the angels and the guides are with us, because then we have the angels that open up, right? If you have the 3, it looks like you're looking at the silhouette of the butterfly, the angel wings, and then if you open it up, so if you look at her wings, it's like the 3, because they're flat and you're only seeing like one wing, but then when she opens them up, it's like, hey, look, there's so much more that's there. And so 3 to me is a reminder that, again, we're not alone, but there's so much more that's there, okay? And there's so much more power. If you've ever seen like those movies, Michael, where he played with Michael, with John Travolta, where he played the Archangel Michael, and he poofs out his wings, and I think they do that in some of the other TV shows, right? So and so 3 reminds me that way as well. And so poised comes in, and poised is about leading with faith and having this, this ready to go forward, right? We're ready for the new year. So I love that this is the card that we're finishing on for this, because poised reminds us that we are ready for the new year. We're ready to take a leap of faith. We're ready to go forward. But being that it's upside down is telling us that everything's not quite in place yet. So don't jump just yet, but know that it's coming, right? So the poise card being upside down tells us it's not quite ready yet, because we had 7 and 7 and now 3, which tells us we're going forward, we're on the right track, we're coming to this place of conclusion and culmination, but we're not quite to the finish line yet, right? And so we're not quite to the place of conclusion yet, but 3 reminds us that we are not alone, we are being lifted, supported, and partnered with as we go, but that there's so much more in us. There's so much more in us. And so if you're feeling a little like, I want you to sit up straight and just do this with your shoulders. And just, right? And so you're puffing out your wings and knowing that you are not alone. Okay, so poised is telling us we are almost ready to get out there and to leap into the new year. And so, of course, we're not 100% ready. We have 2 more weeks to go, right? So we do need to trust that. And so poise reminds us upside down, we're not quite there yet, right? We've got 2 more weeks to go. All right, so let me very quickly, we're going to do some individual cards super fast so I don't get in trouble. I promised my husband I'd finish when he got back with food. So he's got to go back to Palm Beach today. So if you want a card, let me do Lynette because she had asked before. So Lynette, I'm not sure if you're still here, but we're going to pull a card for you. This is 24, and this is time for a nap. Okay, so 24, time for a nap, 2 and 4 is 6. And this is just reminding you to relax, Lynette, to just let go, relax, and to just let things continue to unfold as they will. But 2 and 4 is 6 reminds you you're going in the right way. So 2 is the angel pairs. You're not alone. 4 is that support, right? 4 legs of the chair or table. So you have that support with you. And 6 is reminding you to continue going, continue going. I love 6 because it's like also about learning lessons, because 6 is about going around again. Okay, so you might be going around again. Okay, but that it is safe, you are safe, Lynette, for you to be able to just relax and let things unfold. Okay, Kimmy and Sharon and Chris. Okay, so Kimmy, this is 35, which is 8, and this is loyal heart. Okay, so loyal heart, we have 8, which is the infinity symbol, right? That things go on, that you are, that it is important for you to be loyal to yourself, loyal to your path, loyal to your spirit, your soul, right? So just stay connected and just follow. As long as you're on the path that's feeding your soul, you're on the right path, because your soul is infinite, right? You have that 8. And so this is reminding you to stay loyal to yourself, your soul, your heart, and then we can come to our families and things like that. And so this is just a check about priorities, okay? Okay, you're welcome, you're welcome. Oh, Lynette's still here. Yeah. Okay, all right, so let me do, okay, Sharon Goldstein. Okay, so Sharon, this is the yin card. This is number 2, okay? And this is the feminine energy. This is about slowing down and having some patience, okay? And being conscious of what you're allowing into your space, okay? So this is about being conscious about what you're allowing into your space, okay? All right, so excellent. Then we're going to do Chris. Okay, so Chris, we've got the deep knowing, which is 43, which is another 7. Okay, so deep knowing, and so this is reminding you that the allowing your spirit, your soul, your intuition to illuminate what's not easily seen, okay? So that trusting your intuition, trusting your knowing that what you're seeing on the surface, kind of like all that glitters, but what you're seeing on the surface, that there's more to it, and that you want to dig down in it and feel what you truly feel about things. What are your true feelings, okay? So trusting that your guts and trusting your true feelings about the situations, okay? All right, and Monica, okay, Ellen, thank you. You're welcome. Okay. All right. So we've got Monica. Okay. So Monica, this is really interesting because you have regeneration is it comes in upside down, Monica. So regeneration is 4 and 6 is 10. Okay, so this is the end of a chapter, which we had kind of talked about that a little bit, about a new adventure, a new journey, and so it comes in upside down. So it just reminds us that sometimes you got to burn it all down in order to start fresh. But if you see from like forest fires and things like that, where it's all gets burned, and how quickly the underbrush, I mean, you and I lived in California together, so we know this, right? How quickly the underbrush can recover and start sprouting so fast because that heat activates stuff. And so this is really important, to refusing to allow something to reborn. Okay, so if there's opportunities that are coming to you, or there's expansion and growth that's trying to show itself to you, this is a polite card that's saying don't be stubborn, don't prejudge the things of like that are trying to be reborn and regenerated through you, because sometimes we look at like oh, you know, that doesn't look like what I thought it would look like, right? Okay, so you were here, you know, when, and you had ridden in my Mary Kay pink Cadillac, where you were like, have heard me tell the story of like not wanting the, like having the DeVille and then seeing the SUV and looking at it like, that's not look like what I had on my goal poster or in my mind, and to be able to say, okay, it doesn't look like what I thought it was going to look like, but it's still going to be amazing and even better. Okay, so this is what that regeneration is talking about. Don't be so stuck on what's on that goal poster of what you think or expect it to look like that you're not allowing something better to come in. Okay, so that's for Monica. Okay, and Kimmy, you're welcome. Ellen is 100% not alone. Sharon, you're welcome. Okay, Maria. Okay, Maria. So this is the thinker card, Maria, that's also upside down. So this is the thinker card that's also upside down. And so the thinker card is 44, so 8. So 4 and 4 you have, remember what I said, the legs of the table or chair, and that you have that support, but you also have this infinity, right, that things are going around and around and around. That time is on your side, right? And so Maria, this is reminding you, the thinker card is talking to you about don't overthink things and to trust your instincts as well. Oh, Kieran Ayoki, you are a spammer and you are banned. Goodbye. Bye. Okay, so that this is reminding you not to overthink things. Okay, so delete. Okay, so this is for Maria. It's just reminding you to trust your instincts, but not to overthink things. Don't get into rumination. Okay. Okay, so we're not getting into rumination. All right. So then we have spammer. Bye. You're banned. Okay. Bye. All right. And so Belinda. Last one. We'll do Belinda. This is chop wood, and this is card 42. So 4 and 2 is, again, we just had 2 and 4, right? Or 4 and 4. So okay, so this is going to be 4 and 2, so you're not alone. We have that paired number 2, and then we have the 4, which is that support number, right? And so this is 42, and this is chop wood, and this is just reminding you to stay in your lane. Belinda, this is about staying in your lane, doing the work that's yours, not trying to fix for everybody else, okay? And be able to stay in your lane and doing the work that you are given, because Spirit, God, the universe gave that work to you for your contributions, your skills, your gifts. And if you're not doing the work that you've been given, that leaves a gap where someone else who may be waiting for you to do that work won't be able to complete their task or their path as well. Okay. All right. So we're going to do our last card that's for everybody. And I love this because this is our wrap up card. And this is a change in the wind. And so it's 12. And this is, so 1 and 2 tells us we're starting a new journey. 1, 2, 3, right? We're starting a new journey, but change in the wind, this is everything we've been talking about, right? So we have this 2-week time period, right? Where we're not quite ready yet, but we have this 2-week time period for us to really focus in on the gratitude and what we're looking forward to. And so this change in the wind card is really very appropriate for us to end there, okay? We are going to be okay. We're coming out of the retrograde. We're coming out of the full moon. We're going to have Pluto for a while, and that is okay. And we're coming out of the dark because the solstice is going to come, and we are going to be able to move forward. And it's so important for us to stay into the strength and the expanded surface area of love, gratitude, and what we're looking forward to. And if you can focus on those things, it's going to be a smoother ride. It's not going to be perfect. There's always going to be bumps. There's going to be things we have not seen yet that are coming. This is a transitional year. 2025 is going to be a real transitional, change, bumpy year. So we know it's going to be tough out there. We want to make sure we're doing all that we can to keep ourselves in the place of love and gratitude and looking forward to with hope and the hope of hope. Okay, I want to thank you all so much for being part of our community of light. This is like the best part of my week, is to spend time with you all, and it is such a joy to connect with you. I want to wish you all such a happy, healthy, safe, joy-filled, prosperous holiday season, and to just thank you so much, whatever holiday you're celebrating, to just enjoy every minute of it and stay in that place of love and gratitude. I love you. You are loved. Spirit loves you. You are not alone. Please always remember how very much you are loved. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Thank you for being part of my life. Mwah.